Hello, it's your gal ZomBean back at it again with some more content. Today is a freakishly warm day. Now, I don't have any air conditioning on, I don't have my windows open, I don't have any fans whirring away. And the reason why is because I don't want to jeopardize the audio quality of this video in any way. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you're welcome. It's just more of my excuse as to why I may be pink and sweaty looking. Face is so pink, it's blending just straight into this wig. Oh my god, I'm so warm. But anywho, onto the video. Today is a wonderful day because I've just finished running a horn prosthetic. These babies. They are silicone prosthetics. As you can see, they are horns. Don't know whether I needed to explain that or not. You might be looking at me thinking, what the heck are you holding? They are horns. They go in your head like so. And I'm very excited to stick them to my head. That's the kind of thing that gets me excited. So anyway, rather than me continuously talking, even more than I already have, and boring you to death, I am gonna go ahead and put these on my face. These, by the way, will be part of my Halloween collection, in case you haven't noticed. I am doing silicone prosthetics now and selling them for you lucky people. And yeah, you can get these for yourself. So I don't know if you wanted to follow this makeup look, or you wanted to wear horns for whatever reason, or for Halloween. I mean, the collection is called Halloween after all. Then get yourself some. I made them myself. Obviously, you don't have to buy my products. You can just watch the video. That's support enough as it is. Another thing to support me would be to just subscribe and like and comment. Those things are all free. They don't cost you a penny. I do appreciate all of your support. Those that have already subscribed, those that already like and comment on my videos. You're all fantastic. You're all amazing, and I appreciate you. Mwah, 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 mwah. Okay, so let's begin. We're gonna start off with the horns themselves. Why not just get straight to the good part, you know? So what I'm using is my trusty Pros-Aide. The bottle has gotten a little bit, should we say, rank. And obviously we're not going straight into the bottle because that's a big no-no. We're instead pouring a tiny little bit in this handy, trusty container. Look how cute this is, it's a tiny little cup. Oh. Okay, don't drop it when the Pros-Aide's in. Pros-Aide is my go-to with adhering my prosthetics, but you can use any adhesive you are comfortable with. So we're talking spirit gum, if that's your jam for whatever reason. I don't know why you'd want to use spirit gum because I hate spirit gum, but if that's what you're into, then go for it, you know, you can use it. Or even if you're not in the world of special effects at all and are looking at me thinking, what on earth are you saying right now? I just want horns stuck to my face. You can also use lash glue. You can buy lash glue in almost every drugstore, beauty store, that kind of thing. You can even get it off Amazon if you require. It will work fine and dandy for you. These are some eco cotton buds. I'm trying to reduce as much plastic as possible. Even these that if weren't necessary, I reuse. I clean them and reuse them. Just because I feel like it's so easy to throw things away, but frankly, we gotta think about the planet. We gotta do a lot of stuff. And as I've pointed out in the past, the beauty industry, and this is special effects included, is quite wasteful. We have this habit of, you know, throwing things away, unnecessary packaging, that kind of thing, which to be frank is just unnecessary. So wherever possible, try and use things that are either ecological, or if you have to use plastic, try and use them more than once. First things first, I am gonna split these in half. How's my hand? Why are you shaking so much? God damn it. Come on. Okay, we now have dos hornage. Don't say hornage. That's a bad idea to start that. Come on now. So firstly, we're gonna decide which side we want to put which horn. Technically they can go on either side, doesn't matter. I'm thinking I'm gonna put that one there and that one there. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Pros-Aide and apply it to my glorious 5-head. You want to wait for this to get a bit tacky. If you leave it too liquidy and then try to stick something on it, you're just going to end up with like a weird slimy mess. Generally speaking, it just won't stick. Luckily, it's white and it dries transparent, so you can tell when it's getting tacky, but just to check, you can give it a little pat just as a little tester. And if it feels like your finger is sticking to it, then that's a sign that you're good to go. Okay, so I'm thinking that this is nice and tacky now. You can hear it. I don't know whether you can hear that. I mean, I can hear it very loudly because it sounds like it's coming from inside my brain, but I don't know whether that was audible for you. Okay, and we're just gonna stick it on like so. Why am I itchy? No, it's a heat lump. God dang it. Now, in order to tidy up the edges on here, we're going to use some good old acetone. Now, acetone is, again, something that you can buy at most beauty stores, drugstores. I personally got mine off Amazon. There's lots of opportunities, but you have to go 100% pure acetone. Basically, what this does is it disintegrates the edges, so it basically blends it into your skin. We're going to move on to the contact lenses. Two different lenses. One of them is my black sclera lens, and the other one is my whiteout blind contacts. I'm going to move on to a little bit more normal makeup. I'm going to prep my face. Okay, I'm starting off with my e.l.f. Soothing Face Primer. I'm using my DT21 liquid foundation. I'm using my trusty e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer. I'm using e.l.f.'s blush here in stick form. I can't actually remember what they call this. All I know is that it's a cream-based blush. I really want that kind of blown up, inflamed kind of look on the lips. So I am going quite excessive. That kind of looks like a mustache. I'm also gonna run some underneath my lips like so. And touch up more of my nose. Just kind of gradient it up a little bit so it's not just all sitting on the tip of my nose. I'm using the Chica y Chico matte powder in pink. Now I'm going to use a combination of my Huda Beauty Coral Obsessions palette and just a liquid liner that I'm using at the moment called Maybelline Hyper Precise All Day Liquid Liner. Kind of want this roughed up, you've been punched in the face kind of look. And the last thing we're going to do regarding the normal face makeup is apply a little bit of lip color. Now I'm going in with a very dark color here by Rom and. Okay, now that we're done with that, we're just going to do a little bit of detailing on these bad boys. And to do so, I'm going to use my trusty Illustrator On Set palette. Now this is a alcohol activated palette, so in other words you need to use that trusty alcohol activated, and we're just going to pick the piece of hair that stuck to our lips because that is very unpleasant. Small detail brush. I'm going to dip it into the activator. Now the good thing about this is that you can apply it up here if you want kind of like a combination of two colors together, which is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to use some of that prime yellow like so, and I'm also going to take some of the burnt orange that I've got going down here and kind of just smush them together like so. And we're going to apply that to the detailing on the horns. And next we're going to go in with the darker shades. So I'm going to go in with this one, which is the Blood Tone and Aged Blood. There you have it. You can just leave it as is, or you can add a little bit of fake blood. I am gonna add some fake blood to mine, but I'm not just gonna use any fake blood. I'm gonna show you how I make my own fake blood at home, very cheaply. I personally recommend it to anyone out there that wants to make a very gory look. Rather than spending a lot of money on fake blood or potentially cheaping out on some garishly red looking blood, I suggest to you that you just make it at home, and at least then you can modify it, you can change it, you can make it look however bright red, however dark, dull red. Not to mention, I also find it incredibly fun to do. It's like making a craft, it's fun. So to make fake blood at home, you need basically just 3 simple ingredients. Firstly is your syrup. I'm using fiber syrup. Now you can just use some red food coloring. This will give you a bright red kind of blood. Or if you wanted more of a darker, deeper blood, then I would suggest adding a little bit of blue. You could also alternatively add a little bit of black in there, very, very slightly. If you wanted a very, very dark red blood, that's an option. But today I'm just gonna go in with mostly red with a tiny touch of blue to give a deepened blood effect. And of course, you need a dish, and in order to mix it, you're probably best using a spoon or a spatula or something to do it. So firstly, I'm adding in my syrup. Also to note that just because it's food grade doesn't necessarily mean that you can get it near your eye. Any fake blood, unless it's specifically designed to go in and around your eye, I would keep it completely away from the whole eye area. Probably my famous last words before I accidentally get it in my eye. But just note that if it does get in my eye, it was totally unintentional. So I'm just mixing that together, and already it's looking so much better than your average cheap fake blood. I'm just adding a little bit more red food coloring. It also smells much better than that cheap fake blood that you get. Okay, now that that's thoroughly mixed in and we've got kind of quite a nice blood going on, I am just going to add a tiny bit of the blue. I am, however, going to use one of the cotton buds just to apply this into my mix, because I really don't want to use too much of the blue, because if you add too much blue, then you end up with purple, and blood isn't purple. So made that mistake before. Okay, just adding that in, and there you go. You can already see this. That blue has made such a big difference. You've now got this grotesque, deep red color, and there you have it. Perfect homemade fake blood. You will never ever buy fake blood again, because you can just make it so easily at home. It's perfect. By the way, I'm not using new cotton buds. I'm using the ones that we used on the horns earlier, because otherwise that would be wasteful. I'm going to take that and I'm going to apply it on the little details. As always, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to hit that like button. If you would like to see more content like this, then hit the subscribe button. Comment if you feel like you're in a chatty mood, and I will see you all next time. Bye!